Hey, Pierce.
What's up, guys? Ladies?
Thinking I'm trying to figure this out as per usual. Can't tell if I'm going through my headphones or not. Looks like not.
We've got you. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm shouting into my phone though. It's not useful.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Check. Perfect. Okay. All right. Who else we got? Let's add some people on the request. Brick Break Rick. There's a hard name. I like that though. Patrick, I added you as a co-host. Mod extraordinaire, Velociraptor. You also. I think I added you. Oh, I added you as a co-host too. You got to accept it. Who else we got? Is Pascal joining us? I wasn't sure if he could. All right.
I'll text him real quick.
All right, so I invite some people to be, if you can raise your hand, ask questions. Otherwise, we'll just start answering some questions. We had a giant little AMA competition kind of contest for the 11th day of the Dinos. So we'll start just kind of going down some questions there. Ultimately, we'll end up picking our best question, and that'll be the winner for that competition. But we are T minus less than 2 days. Can't believe the day's rapidly approaching, right? Yeah, 1 day. I'm going to say 17 hours, 23 minutes. That's the 2 p.m. time. That might shift a little. We'll see what ends up happening. We want to, we're going to do, doing everything we can to kind of ensure whatever we can do with gas. So we'll see what we can do. But, there we go. I'm just, if you raise your hand, you request to speak, I'm going to let you, and I'll drop you off the speaker. I'm kind of, again, learning spaces. I did it last time. I was terrible at it. I'm getting a little better at it. Just seeing what else. I gotta get Shy Guy on here. I gotta get our all kinds of.
I'll pester Brand. I'll get him on here.
No rush. I gotta hear the yell. I gotta get your cat all cranky. Let's see again. Whoops. Sorry. Again, guys, I swear I'm good at technology. For whatever reason, I'm just terrible at spaces. But Juan, Pierce, Brick, Ross, anybody, feel free to ask questions. I added you all as speakers.
What's up?
What's going on?
How we doing?
Kiddo's sleeping, so now it's the fun part of the night.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. I asked this in the Discord too. What's like if you guys had to attribute like one thing for the next like 5-10 years of a reason why people that get a Dapper Dino should hold like a long-term plan, whether it's utility or just some other reason that we should hold it for a long-term, because I honestly imagine that after the initial mint on secondary market, it's going to go up in value. But I really do like the project, and I really do think that it's going to be something that I'm going to want to hold for a long time. But what do you think the biggest selling point is for that?
God, you had to hit us with 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I did last week. Also, the Dapper Dino just got for U.S. Some U.S. Congress, Ohio, Matthew Damer. I don't know. We're getting just an interesting follow. Sorry. I literally can't remember what I did last week. So you're asking me 5 to 10 years. Why?
Neither can I.
What was that?
Neither can I.
Why hold dinos? One, just I think, with the community, you can see it in the community. You can see it with the whole team. We're just super passionate about it. I think projects that are built, from a really good place will tend to do very well. We built this for our kids. And I think that's something, if you were saying 5 to 10 years, if you're talking my dream world, we're doing new generations, we're doing breeding, there's coloring books, there's utility and access to museums, there's all kinds of chat. I mean, we've said this a bunch, and I'm actually going to be updating the website tonight to kind of really reflect it and show it. Like the one massive part of Dapper Dinos is going to be a charity component, like a never-ending charity component. I think we've said it, but I'll say just very candid. We're going to be putting, I think, probably one of the biggest donations in kind of NFT history, knock on wood, if everything goes as we kind of expect it to. And a big chunk of that will be going to Girls Who Code. That's one that we're just very passionate about. And then other chunks will be going to I think that was actually one of the contests, right? Was to suggest a charity. We want to see what the community's passionate about, and at the end of the day, it's kind of the Dino DAO, right? And owning a Dino means what, and that's having a say in where secondary sales and some of those additional fees are collected, and community funds and efforts go. So that the charity component is just one piece of that, but a charity will kind of come from that. I know Chris has got some really good art charities that I think are appealing, and STEM charities. I mean, we're all STEM minded and art minded, so I think a lot of that will kind of go that route. We would love to do paleontology charities. I mean, our kids are just stupid obsessed with dinos. I mean, I now know every dino from A to Z, I feel like. So, from that, it's going to just be really founded in philanthropy. It'll be founded in just passion for hopefully growing up with our kids. And I Chris's kids have already had, an impact on some of the art even. So, it's going to be something that's going to be constantly growing and being built. And so when you're looking for utility, it comes from the community first, right? If you have a really passionate and happy and fun community where people are just hanging out, spending hours and time, you're going to have a project that's going to do very well. And then outside of that, you really just got to start thinking, like, what can you do with your brand? And that's where we hope that Dapper Dino's brand just becomes, synonymous with, not just kids. I mean, kids, adults, anybody obsessed with dinos, anybody that loves dinosaurs, anybody that wants to just see what utility we can create. Again, whether that's merchandising, whether that's comic books, whether that's coloring books, whether that's access again to museums and other things that, we think the sky's the limit. We're super grateful to see kind of what the PLP brings us and Gary's Reach brings us that kind of probably would not have been available otherwise. So there's some really awesome things that we're starting to build, and then of course the whole with the Dinoverse and wanting to really build out breeding and kind of have our own kind of in-game our in-game Dinoverse, our Jurassic or Cretaceous Park. And what that might look like. So there's a lot of these aspects we really just want to start building out and creating fun, ultimately fun, but true utility to holding one. I think there's been jokes at the Dino Con or the Dapper Dino Con where we jump around in a bunch of inflatable T-Rexes, and it's all fun and games until it becomes true. And with NFTs, I've said this before, they're DeFi, but they're fun. There's something to be said for just having a lot of fun in what you do. And so that's, at its very core, that's what Dapper Dino means to us and where we could see it going. We've got whiteboards of ideas. Right now, it's just trying to perfect the art, make sure the mint goes perfect. Try and be as engaged in the community. Have fun. Again, I keep saying that, but like the 12 days of Dinos has been excellent. Huge shout out to Patrick and huge shout out to Shy Guy for, really making our posts every evening just a whole lot of fun, and that's just hopefully the tip of the iceberg of what we can kind of bring and what kind of fun we can bring.
Sounds awesome.
I just want to say for as well, this is, and I think this is the case for a lot of folks. This is my first proper mint that is not something that is a Yat or a Top Shot. And it's been really exciting to see like the community grow, and I don't think that's going anywhere. Long term, I think those folks are also super invested. Also, I really like the idea of, the Karma's Comet thing being a first in the space is extremely exciting. However that ends up unfolding, I think that's going to be really exciting. So for me, as a first time, a complete noob, that's why I'll be hanging on to mine, for what that's worth.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Like the Karma's Comet, we think is going to be very special. We've intentionally been vague. You're going to start seeing like literally the day of the mint, the website's going to have some very cryptic, intentionally cryptic, more details on it. Again, the entire Karma's Comet event is really built around that charity aspect we've really teased. But with some built-in utility too. We think it's going to be a good idea. We very much believe in the power of karma. Take that for, I guess, a little bit of alpha. And so it's just we think we're we think we're approaching this kind of like, or at least I am, a little bit in that DeFi mindset of, utility first, but also again bringing the utility, but bringing the fun. And I kind of love hearing Patrick's kind of like first time. This is what he's looking forward to. I mean, this is coming from a guy who's jumped in with all 10 feet of just jumping in and helping out and modding. And so this is what makes us, gets us out of bed in the morning. I'll tell you that.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Hi, Rick. Thanks for hosting and letting me come up here and ask a question. I appreciate the whole team being on board here. I really love the community so far. It's very refreshing being in this community, especially when you look at community launches on Telegram and how badly and poorly most of those are ran and spammed. And so I really have been enjoying being in the community so far. I have two questions for you guys. First one, thank you for talking about the utilities that you had mentioned. You'd mentioned a bunch of them, but I was curious, after the launch, and I know you're going to go through the launch and you got to make sure it's smooth and there's no bumps. After that, what would be your guys' vision for the first kind of real utility launch? And then the second question is, I'm very curious, what was your guys' pitch to the VFriends team? And inside of that, after launch, what
the wet will start to dry soon, sweetie, I promise. So if you go play.
Got it. You're good to go. Sorry, Aaron, you were just saying.
Well, the second question was curious about the VFriends pitch and what does that partnership look like? What does that collaboration look like in the future after launch?
I could speak towards a couple pieces of that. So the first utility I think is going to come from Karma's Comet, and it depends on your definition of utility. I think utility can have many different mechanisms, right? So I think if you have a robust secondary sale and you're kind of generating ETH, I think a good chunk of those secondaries, it'd be great to see them again, the charity aspect, and I think charity by itself is really good utility just by itself. I don't know, it's just something that really excites me. And then, outside of just that aspect, that we were talking community funds, we're talking the Gen 2s, we're talking breeding. Those are all different types of utility. Merchandise drops, merchandising, kind of seeing where it can go from there. I think, we'll reach for the meteor, reach for the stars, and see kind of where it goes, and where we want to see it go, and probably get more targeted with our roadmap as we kind of figure out what's working, what the community wants to see. At the end of the day, it is meant to be more of a Dino DAO, right? There's going to hopefully be a robust community of a lot of different holders with a lot of different opinions, a lot of different backgrounds, dads, moms, singles, kids, no kids, you name it. So everyone's going to have kind of what they want to see, what they want to do, how they want to hang out. And so I think each one of those kind of shapes which way the project should go. And we have a very talented team here that can deliver on different aspects depending on which way we want to go. I would love to see its own Dinoverse and its own kind of game with its own breeding, and that's kind of passionate to me. But I also I would love, again, in a perfect world, something where if the dinos found their way into coloring books everywhere, that would be really cool too. And that brings you now
coloring books would be dope, by the way. When you said that earlier, I thought it was really cool. That's excellent.
I mean, it comes from that's kind of, without sharing too much, or I think I don't know, Chris, I think we're allowed to. What do we pitch to Gary? I mean, I think we just pitched being genuine. A couple dads that come from families. Literally, I mean, I wasn't sure I was going to be on this directly at 8:30 because I was getting my kid to sleep. I joked that my kid was saying Pachycephalosaurus before he was 2. So I mean, it's people that are, my kid would see the cool cats and he would see the apes and he'd be like, we just scroll on the phone and he probably spent more money on my OpenSea than I'm proud to admit. And then he just said, make the dinos. And so we kind of put our heads together and said, why can't we make the dinos? And that's kind of, so it came from this is really, I want to say it, I hope I mean it and everything, like a wholesome place, right? A place of just, familial bond and having a lot of fun and something for your kids to be proud of. I know Chris is, I keep speaking for him. I'll let him talk a little bit. Just
My
doing
daughter came
something.
home from school today, and she said that the kids in her class were signing up on Discord because they didn't actually, like, they weren't sure if she was telling the truth about the dinos. And she's got like her custom one of one that we made, and so she's got like little 8th graders coming in and to the Discord and checking it out, which is kind of fun.
That's awesome.
So, you know, I think that, and I just having some creative ideas. I think, you know, we had the idea of wanting to do something really different, and that's what you'll kind of see with the Karma's Comet. I candidly will tell you that Gary had some crazy ideas there that have kind of become part of that as well. You know, his mind's always on. His team's very sharp. And then it's more just, again, I think the just being willing to be out there. I mean, so much of NFTs is this like hiding behind just pseudonyms and everything else. And, you know, for Chris and I, it's more just like, hey, this is who we are. You know, like if you try and DM me at 7:30 on an Eastern time on Tuesday night, I'm probably not going to be anywhere near my phone. I'm probably doing bath time. So it's just, you know, very much the truth of what's going on. So anyways, that's kind of what we're that was the pitch, I guess. I guess it resonated just being real. There's not a lot of real in crypto, or there is, but a lot of it's hidden, and you know, just being out there. And again, just saying like we're gonna do our best. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. We're gonna hopefully bring an awesome community along for the ride.
And my last question was, what kind of future collaboration does that look like after launch between the team?
Oh yeah. So, and this is where, you know, I can't speak too much for this. And what I mean is that's going to be up to kind of Gary and his team. Gary's very adamant that this project, you know, he will help launch it. You know, he'll help. You know, I think to some degree help promote it. I think it obviously looks very good if the first PLP does very well, and I think he wants to see us do well. But he's also extremely adamant that it has its own identity. It shouldn't be, you know, Gary V's Dapper Dinos. And that's something he was adamant on the call. His team's been adamant on any emails that we're going, you know, trading back and forth or calls we're setting up. You know, it's very much meant to be our project. So, I mean, I think, you know, I think there'll be, you know, some continued collaborations and opportunities throughout the months and time. And speaking of, I don't. This isn't Clubhouse. You can't pull to refresh. I think Chris, you can actually update the Twitter profile picture if you want to have some fun with that. Just a little tiny bit of alpha for the. I don't even know how many people we have on this. Anyway, so that's kind of, you know, he wants us to have our own identity, and so he's very passionate on that, and he thinks that, you know, a good community is built from the community up. So he can help jumpstart it. He can help give us the fantastic community that is the VeeFriends community, and a lot of people that are already educated in NFTs and come from a community of like goodwill, kind of good vibes. A lot of what we kind of already stand for, and after that, he wants it to be our own.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for your time.
Hello, Rick. I have a very simple and to the point question. I was wondering if the OGs who bought dinos today, if those dinos are going to be revealed before the public sale.
Nope.
No.
So they will be minted or gifted before the post. So we have the 555 going to the VeeFriends holders, to 555 lucky VeeFriends holders, and then you also have what will probably amount to be about 2,000, give or take, of the OGs, if you will, just people that have been active and played a part in helping grow the community. Again, community first. So again, with that said, they'll be gifted before the public mint, which is again around 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and then after that, it will be an unrevealed, you know, fun egg. And then at 2 p.m. or at when the exact time of when the public mint starts, that's when they will reveal. So there won't be like a major delay on the reveal in that sense, though. So when the public mint starts, your dino reveals.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is now a good time?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Mo here.
Hey, what's up, Mo?
I've seen a lot of you online, and I just really wanted to take an opportunity to say hi and speak to obviously the owners and the creators and say thank you for what you're building. This feels really different. I've been around a while now, and I wanted to speak out to those, particularly in the community, who are new. This might be your first NFT. This might be your first NFT community. And just to really paint a picture that there's a lot of projects out there. There's going to be a lot of NFT researching, and you will feel at times really lost and pulled in many directions. And it's so wonderful and amazing to have a project, a group, really a club to call home. It's your home base. You come back to it. It's where you sign off for the day. You say hello first in the morning, and people know who you are. They get to know you. And even though you go off on your own journeys and explore other NFTs and other projects, Dino Dappers seems to have that feel where we all belong. We're all part of this really great club, this community, and that's a really strong aspect for me. And it's not something I've found really in too many places. And so I will certainly be sticking around. And yeah, I just hope everyone does as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. So I'm just glad you feel that way. I mean, it's how we feel about the community, but just hearing it from others in it, it brings it to a place of just awesome, right? It just makes us proud of what we're building and we'll continue to build. So I'm just really happy that it's, I think as we're trying to define, people say we have like too many channels in Maine. We have a lot of channels. I get it. But every time we think of, okay, which one do we want to remove? And it's like, we all need sports. And everyone's like, well, I like, I'm like friends with the people in the sports channel and food and recipes. So it's like each one is like, is this where people kind of want to spend their day? And if they do, then that makes us happy. The NFT is just one piece of it. The community is really king here.
I think on the community, pretty much everything she said is spot on. And I think we get that from growing the community organically and not pushing for, you see these NFT projects with invite contests and all sorts of things where, yeah, your numbers are growing astronomically, but those thousands and thousands of users are most likely not genuine, and they can be bots, and then you just get spam all over the chat, and it can be toxic. And I think we've got a place now where you don't see that stuff. I don't see any toxicity really. I've not banned anyone for causing problems other than trying to scam people. I mean, obviously you have to ban those people, but as far as people arguing with each other or being toxic or spreading FUD, it's not something we've seen at all yet. I mean, fingers crossed that we don't see it, but you come to expect those sort of things in these type of communities, and we've just not had that. And I think that's a testament to how we've built the community and how we've made a real effort to grow it organically.
Just to back that up from a mod standpoint, my job has been just extremely easy the entire time. I like Velociraptor was saying, I have not had to. I think I deleted one message and it was a spam message, and that was it. There's been no massive negativity, no outrageous screaming in general, anything like that. It's been really, really excellent to see. So kudos to you all for that. It's been very pleasant. Can I say something? Is that cool?
Yeah, you sound a little far away.
Sorry about that. Well, I'm in Canada, so we're far away from everybody. I'm in 86 projects, and I'm in like 12 NFTs. And you see, I've got a green whatever that is as my speaker logo, and it will be a dino when I grab one. What kind of war chest of Ethereum do I need to have to secure getting one of these things?
Hopefully not a war chest. If you did not reach OG status, we did kind of close
No,
that late last
I'm not an
night.
OG, Rick, because I'm day one in this. I'm like brand new, right? So I just found out about this.
So you need 0.0555 ETH. Did I say 435s? And then probably some ETH for gas. We're doing what we can to do our best with gas here. I cannot promise you that there won't be a bit of a gas war. So
that's what I mean, Ricky. That's what I mean. I mean, from a war chest, I think I've been in crypto 6 years, 5.5 years. So one thing I know about the ebbs and flows of crypto is you need to keep your powder dry. It is affirmative belief in my structure in crypto. You need your powder dry. So when I mention a war chest, I mean, if you have 3 Ethereum in your war chest and you want to buy one of these things, it's probably a good place to start, I think, just to secure yourself. I don't know because
Oh,
I
I don't think you'll need 3 Ethereum. I think, you know, if we're looking at 5 technically costing, what have we been saying, like 0.3775, I don't, you know, knock on wood, I don't think our gas will go that crazy. I normally double or triple for the mint cost is kind of if things get real bad. And I'm saying this hopefully, you know, I'm just saying this hopefully. I don't want to see it get that bad for
there's
anybody.
another one dropping, Ricky. It's those eggs, right? Those silly eggs. They're coming in at the same time as us. So there's going to be, and that's also a big project in terms of brand name. There's some dude from Israel or whatever. He's running it, right? And I've seen the work, and it's pretty astounding. So I would want. I mean, I used to be a motivational speaker, guys, so I know how to really like speak to people and really galvanize them and make them have a belief structure implemented with them. But I think you got to have a big war chest if you want to get secure one of these great guys. I think you need to have a big
Yeah,
war
I
chest.
mean, there's things we can do too, though. I mean, we've talked about doing a little bit of a stealth drop. Like we say 2, but maybe it's not exactly
Yeah.
2. You know, there's some things we can do there. We don't really want to or need to mint when another project's minting. I know a lot of people are setting their clocks and people are staying up at
Well,
weird
I'm
times
not
because
even going to work.
our
I'm not even
community
going
is
to work that
worldwide.
day, man. I own my own company, thank God. I just told my partner, screw you. I'm Wednesday home.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you are that passionate. So, I truly hope it's not 3/8. And if there's multiple projects dropping at the same time, guess what? We'll wait a little bit. I mean, we don't have to. I don't think anybody in the community is going to say drop rate at 2. I've been waiting, and if there's, you know, if the gas is at 400 gwei, it does nothing for
Oh,
anybody
it's a
to launch
disaster,
that.
man.
Let it.
400.
Hey, I'm an optimist. Okay.
I have to be. I used to be a motivational speaker. I have to galvanize the troops of war, Rick.
I'm not mad. You can maybe on Wednesday we can pop you into Discord and let you do some hear your best Dino roar.
Oh man, I've seen Jurassic Park, all of them, like 3 times.
Glad to hear it.
I just want to say I'm a big VFriends holder. I have like 7 VFriends, Gift Goat, 2 Hangout Hawks, a Spectacular. I've been following you guys from afar for a little while now. I don't have as much time to spend in the Discord as I'd like, just because I'm running my own company, kind of similar to the last guy. But I do want to support the project, and I do want to do whatever I can for the community from like a marketing and a brand awareness and from an investment standpoint, because I really do believe in what you guys are doing. When you guys start with why, and you guys have a big passion, and it's around being dads, and it's around, you know, having cool stuff for kids. Like, I mean, like everyone can get behind that. And so I really think it's cool. I'd like to know a couple things that we can do to help you guys, especially some of us guys, you know, that have a little bit more reach, that have a little bit more ETH, and what can we do to kind of help the community grow and keep it solidified?
I mean, I'll never tell you how to spend your ETH. I will say that the best thing a community do is just be energized, right? We'll tweet. It's always good to get retweets and likes. It helps us get better reach. You know, I'm hopeful. Knock on wood. It'd be, you know, if anytime you get a celebrity or a you know, one of those, you know, vaunted blue checks that you know ends up aping in, that's always really good. But you know, we've just had people already, you know, just helping, and you know, they tend to end up finding their ways as mods. But you know, with the 12 days of dinos, right, is a great example of just, you know, having a lot of fun with it. But we've had people help create some graphics, and you know, there's gonna be a lot of help. You know, at the end of the day, we are you know, a small team, and we're a growing community and growing community team, and that's kind of what that community fund will go towards. You know, it's gonna be, if you're putting in significant work, right, that's what some of that ETH will be set aside for. And it's not just for, you know, maybe creating graphics. Maybe it's on you know, you have different specialities, right? Everybody brings something to the table, and we want to kind of empower and energize our community to feel like, hey, I think this could be really fun and could be really impactful families around the globe, or for what have you. I mean, we're open to all suggestions. What's the you don't know what you don't know until you know it, right? So our ears always to the ground, and so just a energized and community that says, I think this could work. Let's do this. Put it up. Let us put it to the community. Let us throw a poll up. Let us see what's there. Let's see if it's sticky.
Hey Rick, I just wanted to say something really quick. I have to go, but I just wanted to say this. I'm gonna
Yep.
support your drop for sure. I'm telling my wife about it. We're excited about it. Congratulations. I did end up speaking with World of Women. I think one of the moderators, or not, I'm not sure who it was, but she's like, "Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. We should Twitter storm." I'm like, "You guys just created an Instagram?" Like it was like back when they didn't have one, And I'm like, come on, guys, we gotta like put the fire under this and let it, So I can't wait to see what you guys do as well, like Twitter storm. I'm sure we have a bunch of people here supportive, but yeah, please don't forget to like put, take this to the moon. All right.
Yeah, I mean the goal is good reach, right? It's not just as an investment or anything. It's more reach is good for everybody. It's a robust secondary market is again, I'm going to say it again and again and again. Good for the charity aspect, good for the community aspect. It's not. It's at the end of the day, it's all good things come from an energized community, and all good things come from being hopefully a special project. I mean, I can name probably 10 projects off off the top of my head that are those quote unquote special projects, and if we can jump into that top 10, that would be a dream come true. I don't count any chickens or any dinos until they hatch. So let's get to Wednesday, and let's have a good time doing it.
Just one more thing, Benny, you had asked what just you and those with reach, or just absolutely anyone in our community can do to help to help grow the community and to help spread the love and spread the word of dinos. And I think certainly right now in the early stages of the project, we're trying to grow the community, and that means getting the word out to individuals, friends, family, etc. Spreading the word on social media. But growing that community, it goes beyond just individuals joining, but it looks like collaborations as well. So if there are interesting projects, be them other NFT and crypto projects that come to the front of your mind, or interesting community projects or community service organizations, we had one of the Dino days about that really comes to mind, and is a specialty or a nice connection point you have. We are always looking for. And it's always really nice to see those types of opportunities grow, sort of organically, not in a forced pay for play kind of way.
Do you guys have any plans on being at VCon? I mean, do any of you founders have any V friends?
I do have one, just one. I'm gonna have to. I joked in the community, if anybody has any connections to Dynamic Dino, or I always say it wrong, Trulescent. T-Rex, please hit me up.
Truculent.
Thank you. I swear I say it wrong every time. But in terms of so myself, you can pinch me, and some point I'll wake up. I'm gonna start going down. We had a ton of questions in the Discord. If nobody has any other questions, I'll just start picking them out. But if you have something, please jump in.
I would like to say that that the Professor Shy Guy has showed up. I know you were talking about inviting him to co-host.
I'm gonna invite him to speak because I can only have 2 co-hosts. So
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm learning. So I'm gonna have to cut some people off that is set as speakers. Again, I'm learning, man. This is like new to me. I swear, I'm not as old as I sound either. I think I got you. Did I get you, Shy Guy? Listener, invite to speak. So yeah, you and Philosopher. I mean, not even Chris is a co-host right now. Sorry, Chris. All right. So nobody's talking right now. So I'm gonna go to our. Where is it? There it is. Anybody have any favorite questions? I know the mods have been kind of tracking
There
the
we go.
AMA. the AMA thread. Let's see. You guys are too nice. I want like a good question. Do dinos like 3D glasses or VR headsets better? Chris, which one do they like more? Go.
VR headsets.
Chris worked very hard. I think he redesigned the VR headset like 3 times. What is the Dapper Dino dad's most favorite thing to do with their kids? Right now we watch a lot of Blippi, a lot of Dinosaur Train, a lot of there's the Baby Shark people, Pink Fong. They do a dinosaur theory. I'm not kidding. My life is dinosaur right now. It's dino all day. So outside of that, the zoo's a lot of fun. Chris's life's probably more exciting.
It's been sort of mellow, but the older teenage daughter, mostly soccer and drawing, she's been sitting by my side for like the past 2 months, just like picking out every small detail, like, oh, do that, like she's got 4,000 ideas per night, so she's been super helpful. And then my younger daughter is a Fortnite fanatic, and there's a new season of Fortnite out today, so that was what she did when she got home from school. And I haven't left my desk because we're looking at a lot of different stuff right now, so hopefully come Wednesday we'll get to break a little bit and jump in there with her.
Just a fun anecdote. Speaking of spending time with our families, as anyone who's ever been involved in a larger, more complex project, you end up spending more time with the other teammates on the project than you do sometimes with your own families. And I was on with Chris the other day. Some of the development work that we've done for this project has been done in Python, and I was sharing my screen with some Python code up there, and his daughter came and sat down. I think she came up. I don't know if she was already there, but she came up and we had a little family teaching session about Python code, just virtually over a screen session, which was pretty fun and pretty cool. It was sort of exciting to hear. Yeah.
She was art directing. She was art directing him. Also.
Yes, she was. She was in fact art directing me, and giving some tips and pointers on things to do, which is always really fun when you see someone in high school getting excited enough about word and code and art on screens to sit and pay attention late at night and not just go disappear and play video games or something.
I see. I wasn't on that call. I missed that one.
You did.
You were on the call, but then you hung up, and then it was 2 a.m. and it was like, "Hey, I'm running it now. Check it out. Jump in. Look." And
was that the Dino Creato?
That was the Dino Creato, but earlier in the day, Pascal, my daughter Annie, and we were looking at the Creato and started going through there. But then 2 a.m. came.
She was up later than I was. What else we got? Favorite dino. My kid's favorite dino is Parasaurolophus because it has a crest, and then he makes a really loud screaming noise to make the crest whistle. Let me tell you that's fun if you do that at like a shopping center, and you kind of use them as like a carnival trick, and you can kind of make it sound like the whole shopping center looks at him, which is kind of fun. It's a good way to embarrass him. My favorite is purely because I love that I had no idea what it is, and I now know what it is. Either the Ankylosaurus, because it's got a mean-looking tail, or a Pachycephalosaurus, because it's got a big old bopper on his head. So, but I knew Ankylosaurus from when I was little, but Pachycephalosaurus I had no idea. And so you can thank my little guy for that. Who should I put on the spot? Shy Guy, what's your favorite dino?
So I really like the Therizinosaurus. It's got these gigantic long claws, and it looks like a big, goofy, long-necked turkey, but it's like huge.
That's the one that looks like has a lot of feathers, right?
Yeah. Most of the drawings of that one were like super feathery.
Can you imagine how different Thanksgiving would be if we all ate giant turkeys with razor blade claws, like running around the yard?
It's so close.
I call the you do the turkey wishbone, but instead you do the Therizinosaurus wishbone.
You pull the Velociraptor claws out, the Deinonychus claws.
All right, who's Joshua? You asked to speak. You
Yeah.
can't speak until you tell me what your favorite dino is.
T-Rex, baby, come on.
Easy. I like it. King of the
So
dinos.
real quick, again, I apologize. I joined late, so if this was covered or if it's somewhere where I can read about it, just curious. Like, is this whole project like self-funded by you guys, or is there, what's sort of who's behind it from a financial standpoint, from a keeping it going from a longevity perspective?
John Hammond.
There's a good reference. I mean, so that's part of the sale, right? Again, we're gonna have and I'm gonna try and make it as clear as I can while not giving away the entire component of the Karma's Comet. But so you're gonna have a major charity component. I don't think it'll be quite as big. I think Stoner Cats might have had like a massive donation if I remember. So maybe not that big. I have to look it up, but I knock on wood, think we'll be nipping at those heels. So that's kind of one piece, but outside of that, so that we'll have a good, hopefully, a good amount of ETH that'll let us really focus on this full time. And just again, there's pieces that go to the community pieces. It's the fact that we've been working on this for, oh boy, months of sleepless nights. A lot for Chris. I know, just very very candidly, and he'll never share it, but this is probably this kind of lets him really leave his job and truly do this full time. And so I say that, and he's like, what do you mean? I don't want to quit. No,
Rick, no, I get it. I'm a startup guy, so I get that. I just was curious as to if it was you guys, garage band style, getting things done and looking to grow it that way, or because some of these projects I've read about, it's more in the sort of deeper pockets thing, which both obviously can be very successful. I was just curious. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, luckily with NFTs, and again, I'm not going to speak towards all of them. A lot of them are just bootstrapped. It's just kind of part of the race. Make something fun, make something with an awesome community, and a lot of the rest will take care of itself. And I'm not going to pretend we were like great at the community aspect. It's hard. You can have awesome tweets and awesome content, and if you don't have the right megaphone, it really not necessarily. I mean, I can only imagine how many great projects and great founders and have been unfound. And that's again where we're just grateful every day about the about Gary and the PLP.
100%. Cool. Looking forward to this, man. Seriously, good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I like the kind of the Velociraptor favorite dino. Go.
Oh man, I think Velociraptor has to be, doesn't it?
Well, is it the Velociraptor or the Velociraptor?
Well, depends on who you ask, but my favorite will be the Velociraptor, so
there we go.
Definitely a good one.
They hunt in packs. You have to be careful. All right. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with that. Anybody have a favorite? Anybody have a favorite 12 days of dinos thus far? We're gonna be a little late on today's. Sorry, guys. I think it'll probably go out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I also have the currency one is also to be announced. A winner's been decided there, but I don't want to take anything away from the spotlight the winner should get on that while we've been coming out with these major announcements today. So that will be released a little later tonight, I think. But I think my favorite so far has been the kids' art. I mean, seeing all the kids with their dads, moms, parents, cousins, nieces, nephews, seeing the effort people put into that is really refreshing, and it's another strength of the community that everyone wants to get involved, and everyone is just super excited. And I love seeing all that, all the art, whether it's rocks in the form of a giant dinosaur or painting. I mean,
the food.
Yeah, the food
awesome.
one was great too. It's hard to pick. There's so many creative ones.
Yeah, this won't be our end though. We did the 12 days of dinos, but if we have it our way, we monthly, weekly, and we want to do collaborations. We want to do weekly contests. We'll do what we can. Again, this is just it's just awesome. Like you just see people's creativity, and you're like, I can make my kid roar. Does that count? And he can draw a squiggle. So maybe I'll have him do a roar tomorrow, and we'll do a late entry. But it's just awesome. I mean, people, the internet's a crazy place, full of the world, right? The world's a crazy place. Just people from all over the world smitten to these contests and just having a lot of fun, and the creativity, the the imaginativeness, just awesome.
I mean, and the song as well. I mean, a big shout out to Shy Guy. The song is amazing. I've been walking around for the past 2 weeks everywhere I go into shops or supermarket, and I'm humming 12 Days of Christmas in September, and my wife is like, why are you humming that song? And
I'm excited.
12 Days of Dinos.
I'm here to ruin everybody's day around you.
I'm excited to do like a recap video or something. Like we're gonna have to put something on YouTube or Spotify.
Also, and then now I'm saying a lot because I'm being self-conscious about it, which is also Shy Guy's fault, but making me look absolutely, completely bananas every single day when I try to record like the most benign videos, which I adore. It's super fun. So, not only did Shy Guy do the song, he also did all of the editing for all of the videos, and conceived of all of that on his own. Anyway, super fun.
In the words of Marie Kondo, those videos spark a lot of joy for me. They are hilarious.
Yeah.
So Marie Kondo Dino? Anybody?
Just an exceptionally
Oh,
tiny,
it's so
organized
tidy.
dino.
It's already on there.
Immaculate.
Tatiana, is that a question? I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Is that an emoji or a hand up? Oh, okay.
I just realized that Twitter allowed me to raise my hand so I don't interrupt you guys. And thank you for this space. I have one question. I would like to know if you have plans for the next 12 months post launch so we can keep growing as a community.
I won't tell you we have a monthly plan for every month in the next 12 months. We've got some very good broad strokes of a roadmap built around, again, we say Gen 2, some breeding, some really awesome community aspects, as I said, that kind of community treasury to build out some, things that the community ends up being passionate about. Some kind of, again, merchandising, some, a lot of, again, really want to lean into collaborations and charities. So anywhere we can kind of carve those out and create utility there. And then some things we're just not ready to quite announce yet. So, I mean, yes, we've got some very good broad strokes. I also think, I don't know, any project that says they have their roadmap, any person in life that says they have their roadmap planned out for the next 12 months is probably lying. And the reason I say that is just, you don't know, things change a lot. And, in an NFT project, especially, if you're doing it, you have what, if things go real well and we have thousands of holders, should we be the ones deciding exactly what to do? I'd say we should have a good say in it. I think that, this is kind of our vision, sure, and we can put some broad strokes of this would be cool and let's go do this. But at the end of the day, I think, any good project founder is really trying to source ideas and see where people want to see the project go.
Thank you for that. And when do you guys are planning to let us know more about the Karma's Comet?
That'll be shortly after launch, like the day of mint or the day after. It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun, as I've said before. It's gonna make, it'll be fun. It'll make some people feel comfortable. It's I will say it's a good time to remember that karma is a good thing, right? We're finding and founding our community with kind of goodwill and happiness in mind.
I think it's funny you guys mentioned Marie Kondo. I had to jump back in here. I actually just got done hiring a Marie Kondo certified organizational expert the past 4 months to kind of help get my all my stuff in order. And it was a pretty interesting experience. So I think a Marie Kondo dyno would be in order. That sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Would you say that you have a more joyful experience, like
It
existence
definitely sparks joy, me being in the Dapper Dino NFT community. That's for sure.
That's a damn good answer.
That's a
You
good answer.
do want to hoard the dinos, though. You want to hoard them.
I think
Not
I want to.
throw
I
them
think
out.
I want to. This is the only thing I do want to hoard is actually V Friends and Dapper Dinos and whatever these two NFT projects can be associated with. And then one day I'll probably thank it when I cash in. You know.
I have a quick question for you guys. Over the last couple of weeks to maybe couple of months, there's been a lot of other coins and blockchains that have been seeing a lot of action, right? And I want to know from you guys as the founders, when this all came along and the idea came along, what was it that drew you to Ethereum? Like, what was the big sell where you said, like,
Great
this
question.
Do you want my truthful
I
answer?
do, yes.
Nothing. If I thought we could be, if I thought, God, this is such a torn question for me. If I had my way, it would be minting on Polygon.
Okay.
Just one example. It just the demand's not
Yeah.
there. It like lessens your utility. It lessens your token. And until the broader community speaks up and says, like, we will support projects on, it's harder. The barrier of entry is harder. If I got to tell my uncle, like, who's kind of interested in this, like, go bridge your ETH to Polygon and go on, the Polygon bridge, or go into OpenSea, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's just not. And until I guess that bridging gets easier. And again, keep in mind, I wear my DeFi hat a lot, but I Zed run, I guess, right, is pretty successful. But it's just, Ethereum is not great for gas wars suck. And now there's also a little bit of clout there, which helps the floor and helps some of that, right? But it's just the other ecosystems. It's hard. It's just hard to get people there. I mean, Avalanche has a really fun burgeoning NFT ecosystem. You've got Wax. You've got Solana is up and coming, except you got to kind of know Rust. And they're also just straight up ripped off the Bored Apes, which kind of made me cranky. And is just saying nothing about it, and people are supporting it, which that kind of worries me.
You're not wrong.
Because that kind of anyway. So it just, if you want to not guarantee, but if you want your holders of your tokens to have maximum visibility, maximum opportunity, right now Ethereum's what it is.
Now,
and keep in mind that you do have 15. Sorry,
Yep.
you got that.
I was going to say that you're trying to ask a question. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, no, please, Pascal.
This is something we talked about initially a little bit back and forth, right? And I think we maybe, I won't say disagreed on this, but we thought about it for a while before deciding on Ethereum. And other than lower gas, which is a massive benefit, especially around mint time, all of the other negatives of trying to get on another chain, sort of shown through a little bit in that. Exactly like Rick was just saying. Have you ever walked someone through getting an NFT on Ethereum? It's like it's someone that's never done it before. It's not hard, but it's not easy. And then once you add in the complexities of layering in other chains and different wallets or different apps and different browser extensions, it starts to get really dicey really quick, and you start to alienate your community really quick to only those that are the most tech savvy.
And I agree with that 100%. A week ago, my buddy is trying to. I'm moderate in this space, right? And he's trying to walk me through switching BNB to this and make this wallet, and it was a nightmare. When I first ever got into NFTs, it was VFriends, and it was not much harder than logging into PayPal. I mean,
Right.
there wasn't the barrier to entry. would you lend any validity to this argument as well? Because this is where my mind goes in experiencing these other ecosystems and these other platforms. To me, the user experience, right? And this goes along with the creation and everything else, but like OpenSea, for instance, right? The site itself, like it's there. Like, yes, it still has complications, like some items get stuck once in a while, but if I compare that to Solana art or CNFT or anything else that I've used, I mean, it's like comparing eBay today to Yahoo auctions 15, 20 years ago.
Very true, right? Regardless of the, no matter how promising an ecosystem is, this is true not just in technology, not just in NFT or DeFi, but up and coming tech is up and coming, right? It's no different than anything else in the world that is up and coming, right? It might be great and it may have lots of promise, but the fact that the old stalwarts are there, it means that there's a more mature ecosystem built around it. OpenSea is just there and it's ready and it's present, and maybe it is or isn't perfect, but it's right there and everyone knows how to use it. It's well documented. There's Medium posts left and right on how to get on it. There's just the more mature ecosystem. It just makes the project more accessible to the most number of people. We've been talking technology. Technology literacy is a barrier to some of this stuff, but language and literacy and the ability to read and understand English fluently is just another one of those things, right? We want this to be as accessible as possible to as much of the community as possible. And the longer something's around, the longer it has a chance to do things like get translated, for example, or have instructions written in native languages that aren't just English. So I totally agree with you there. Also, throwback to using Yahoo auctions.
I might have dated myself a little bit there, but there you go. Well, thank you guys very much for taking the questions, and I look very forward to Mint Day.
Yeah, thanks.
Same.
I have one question. Sorry for this is my last one because it's important. About the eggs, I want to buy one Dino, but I don't know if I need two for the egg stuff. Can you explain me more about that so I can know if I can mint one or maybe two?
If you're talking to breeding, we haven't really said what that's even going to look like. I mean, we have some ideas in terms of a lot on a whiteboard right now. It would almost be premature to say whether you need one or two, or I mean, speculatively, I would say there's more is always better. But if there will always be utility with having just one. I will say that we're not gonna forsake or look down on anybody less. If you have one, we will make sure that having one is special. Just it's important. Every community member, every holder matters. So in terms of what that what eggs and what breeding looks like, we are gonna share that and get that out on Medium and get some fun videos, and once we kind of really know what we want to do with it, and that's going to be probably a lot of powwows with the community, and talking with some tech partners that we have, and even just doing it internally and see what we want to do. So
okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'm trying to unmute you, Roman. I think I have too many speakers. There you go. What's up, Roman?
Yo.
You have to say your favorite dino first.
They're all my favorite, man.
Good answer. Do you have a question? Or
yeah, I was gonna ask, how much do you reckon the gas fee is gonna be?
It's impossible to say. I mean, again, I think the community is largely said, and just looking at other drops, probably 2 to 3x the mint fee is safe. I would love to say it's less. I would love to stealth drop it. There's just so many different ways you can do it, but they all kind of, I don't know. I think 2 to 3x is safe. I will do my best to find a creative way to keep it down as best I can, and hopefully, we'll it's just part of that drop day, part of that Ethereum problem. So if I was guessing, depending on how quick you get in and how familiar, 2 to 3x, I think the mint fee should be about where it should be, and hopefully not more. Hey Joshua, just
Hey,
let you speak.
yeah. Anyone think about sponsoring a Dapper Dino versus Barney boxing match?
I will watch that.
and
Fun fact: the very first dino that we drew was purple.
Because I would pay anything to for Barney to be taken down, man.
What do you think the pay-per-view on that would fetch?
Probably more than Jake Paul.
I mean, I'm in.
Exactly. Let's do that. Let's get that going.
Oh Lord, I love it. I think there's a Times Square Barney beatdown as one of the gifts. This is why we do these things at night, because I swear I am family friendly, but I'm currently having to watch a lot of Barney too.
Dude,
I didn't like Barney then, and I don't really like Barney now.
I have 3 teenage kids, and it was brutal.
Yeah, they have some new Stegosaurus, or I don't know. There's better shows.
Thank God.
Your kid yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going back to the AMA thread. If anybody raised their hand, let me know. Where do we go? And we'll do a few. What is it? 9:30. Probably a few more minutes. It's fun. I think somebody's recording it. I'm just going up and down. Rarity Tools. Yeah, we are already in touch with Rarity Tools. I think it'll be set up pretty quickly. I'm hoping for Wednesday. They kind of do their own thing, but we're in touch with them. The ETH has been paid. It's pay to play with them, and I'm pretty sure we'll be up. I think we're working on making sure that the Discord will have all the right bots and floor checkers and all that stuff. So we're gonna do our best to make sure it's your typical NFT community experience. If we miss something or you've seen something good in another community, please say like, hey guys, this would be good. We know what we know until again we don't know. Ooh, I like that. Is there any plans for Flapper Dinos to stand proud alongside the Dappers? Sorry. I'm sure. Sorry, Chris. I just signed you up for work. That's cool. I like that. I just a couple more people. I just invited Jay, JP.
Hey, how's it going?
Tatiana, what's going on, JP?
Hey, appreciate you guys taking time. Brand new in the space and just got thrown over here by Gary and just had a super noob question. What is the estimated cost of minting, or is that something that you can't really?
Yeah, I wish I could pin that as an answer. I'm guessing it'll be double or triple the mint price. I'm hoping less.
I mean, for the actual minting itself too. This is like kind of first time I'll be looking at a drop. So you were talking about gas fees being 2 to 3x on the minting, but what about the minting itself? Is that something that's estimatable before a drop or no?
So the mint will be right. The mint cost is going to be 0.0555 per dino. It's going to be the actual gas fee. I really hope it stays down, but the ways I can get it to stay down are the ways that aren't a whole lot of fun.
No, that's cool. That was actually the 0.555 was what I was looking for, just kind of like the start.
0.0555.
0.0555. Okay, got it.
That is actually one of the ways we could keep it down, is we could just charge an ETH each, and that would solve that problem real quick.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate you guys taking time. Looking forward to checking out the project as it develops. It's been a lot of fun.
Cheers. Hold on, Tatiana's got her hand raised. You're good. You can come on. Yep.
Yeah, my question is about the floor price. I've seen a lot of projects that really had funny stories and sad stories with floor price. In this case, I would like to know. I think that Philosopheraptor told me on Discord you have a plan for rise the floor price and kind of take care of it, or you maybe are not worried about that and like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's not a great, the short answer is community hopefully takes care of that, right? That's this is not our responsibility as project creators is to put a great project out there and to energize and engage the community and make sure we're always thinking utility first and hopefully getting the right marketing out there and the right visibility, which helps support the floor. I think again, hopefully being the PLP and being under the eyes of Gary will help a lot. In terms of if you're just speaking towards like taking a whole bunch of ETH and buying up the floor, I think maybe we'll probably be taking some of our own ETH and buying some off OpenSea. Sure. I don't expect to do too many. I won't kind of say like we're just gonna go buy it up and buy it up and buy it up and buy it up. That's again not really the intent. It's also not great. For that FOMO is not good FOMO. The best FOMO is the organic growth. The best communities are the ones that grow organically, get found organically, market organically, and come from the community.
And so, just to touch on that, it wouldn't have been me that told you anything about floor price. So I would have told you that the floor price it'll find itself really. It's not going to be something we're going to manipulate, and it's not going to be something that we can predict. It's basically up to everybody else. It'll find itself, and it's more community driven than it is developer and team driven.
Yes, I'm agree with that community, and your Discord is that like good community, and I like that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Corey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? I've only been in the Discord for a couple days, but was lucky enough to hit level 5 and took advantage of that earlier. Unfortunately, I was only able to scrounge up for 1, and just listening to you guys and understanding more of the roadmap, really into it and really love what you guys are building. I know there was a rule of not being able to go back to the well on the pre-mint. Any chance that might change?
If you want to send me, if you've already opened a ticket and you want to send me a message in the ticket, we'll look at it. But for the purpose of being able to sort everything out and making sure everything, because it's a very manual process, and making sure everything is smoothly run and nothing gets lost in translation, we prefer everyone to send one transaction. We will make exceptions here and there, but it's not going to be. It's not the norm, that's for
Understood,
sure.
yeah.
We don't want people sending one now and then one in 12 hours from now and then 3 more in another couple of hours.
I'll DM you. We'll see if we can do anything. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, no
Again,
problem.
really thank you guys, and I'm excited to see what happens this week.
Great, thanks. What do we got, Mr.? I can't see your whole name, Mr. Toastmaster. You're off mute.
Oh, I ain't even gonna lie. I kind of clicked that by accident. I ain't even gonna bro. Shit.
Well, you gotta at least say your favorite
All right,
dino.
I'm gonna have to go with the Velociraptor. I ain't gonna lie. The fact that they kind of like run in packs. We're a big community here, so I'm trying to run with the pack.
We're gonna have to. I think we have a color crew, right? Don't we have claim your color on the Discord? We're gonna have to claim. We're gonna have to set up like another. This is Patrick or anybody. So somebody's got to set this up. We're gonna have to like create a dinosaur crew and have people claim their herd.
Yeah, claim.
Oh, ooh, I like that. Dino teams.
Yeah, bro. We can get some teams going like that. That'd be kind of clutch. I feel like that would be definitely a hit.
Team Brachiosaurus. Anybody? Team Brachiosaurus.
We might have to put a limit on the T-Rex because that's gonna be too packed up in there.
I'm Team Tricytes. I'm Tricyter. What is it?
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Triceratops. There we go. Yeah, I can. So my 3-year-old will tell you all about the sauropods.
Also, shout out to my boy Matty J.
The Brontosaurus.
Shout out my boy. I see you, Doug.
What else we got? Z, I think you actually, did we get you off of? I know you were having issues.
Yep,
earlier.
I'm on now. Thanks so much. I couldn't figure out how to raise my hand, so I just
took myself off mute. I don't know if that's the same thing.
You're doing
Okay,
fine.
just a quick question. Where do we go for minting? Is that OpenSea or your website?
No, it'll be directly on dapperdinos.com. I will try to carve out an hour tomorrow and teach people how to mint from a contract if you want, but if you want to learn technically the quickest way, but it also comes with the most risk if you don't know what you're doing. So with that said, it'll be directly off dapperdinos.com. It'll be directly integrated with MetaMask, Wallet Connect as well, but strongly encourage MetaMask.
Okay, thanks guys.
And just a community scam and safety moment here, which is that the minting for the actual mint day is going to be, like he said, directly on dapperdinos.com. You'll see us plastering that the exact link, in the Discord and everywhere when it's time. But if you are part of the OG group, or if you've seen how that's happening, it's going to be different. The OGs and the way that they're acquiring pre-mint will be different than the way that that the actual dinos are being minted. So just always be vigilant. Make sure you're sending your hard-earned money to the right places and your hard-earned ETH to the right contracts. And we will post the correct contract IDs and the right URLs, of course, as often as we can.
Yeah, thanks for the reminders.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it, guys.
How much?
Thank you.
Now, how many will we be able to buy at one time? Like, are we gonna be able to buy like a 20 block?
So 20 is the max. We've been getting a lot of questions in the community, and that's about whether we might do less. Right now, I am inclined to keep it at 20. Maybe we'll drop it. And of course, if we do, we'll let everyone know. The front end, of course, we'll show that as well. And we have a couple other anti-bot measures in there. I'm not going to say what they are. They're not very good if I tell everyone what they are. I will candidly say that if a bot wants to get in, it's kind of hard to. There's kind of hard to stop them if they know how to get to the contract. So that's again why we're trying our best to withhold the contract for as long as we can. It just lets bots line up, and that's the hardest piece of this. But we're trying to at least avoid what happened with I believe it was the sevens. So if we can ensure that one person doesn't get 1,000, then I think we did something. At least we did that right.
So is it kind of like the old school days, like a Ticketmaster, like when they were selling tickets, like you can buy one and you got to wait like a little bit longer before you can buy another one? Is that kind of how this works with minting?
So yes, that's how blockchain works, right? So if your wallet is minting, right, then it can't do a second transaction. And I'll leave it at that because I don't know who's listening, and obviously you should already hear what's technically possible. And again, but it's like anything. If you want
to anyway, yeah. Yep. But the short answer on that is that we want people to be able to buy a few if that's what they're able and wanting to do. So you'll be able to buy multiple in one transaction. It's not just going to be one transaction for one dino.
Yep.
Hey guys. And on the scammer note, real quick, we won't ever message y'all in the Discord. We will never just message you to ask you for anything. So if anybody messages you with the pictures of any of these guys or me, it ain't us unless you've messaged us first. That's a good way scammers.
Yeah, that's I think I was trying to answer one of the tickets and I accidentally copy pasted into like a DM. I'm like, do not answer this, ignore this. But joking aside, we won't. So just don't. I imagine on mint day it's gonna be crazy. So if you're not DMing us, then we're not DMing you.
Hey guys, super quick question. Thanks for having us, and awesome community. Thank you for all that. So say mint day is crazy and we're not able to get one of the mint ones, and we pull one off of OpenSea kind of maybe 3 or 4 hours after mint. Are there any special benefits for minting versus just the holder? In other words,
nope.
Okay, awesome.
I think somebody was saying that they were hoping OGs were going to get a special trait, but no, I'm going to spoil that one right now. Sorry, guys. Trying to keep the traits so they make it just helps. You don't want to have too many traits.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what this just an opinion. I feel
20 is too much because we're gonna have less unique like holders, and the most holders we have, the better the community is.
Again, I'm taking it into consideration. I'm not, it has been voiced. I've also heard voicing the other way that 20 is right about where that you can have a good amount, and there's, like anything, it's that battle that some whales are good for a project. You don't want a huge whale, but some, help raise the floor and know what they're doing in terms of taking supply off the market and selling supply for cheap. Because if everyone's holding one and no one's selling, that isn't necessarily good for a floor either. So there's two in one hand, one in another. Again, we're very much considering options. I've heard it both ways. I think the team's going to have a long discussion on it, and we'll come up with, and we'll make sure it's plainly stated too.
All right, that was all.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I just found you guys today, and I think it's like an awesome project. For somebody that just found you guys, how am I going to be able to be a part of it?
So, just finding us, unfortunately, you missed out on kind of the OG pre-sale, if you will.
Okay.
With that said, there will be mint day on Wednesday. Very much still welcome you and have fun in the community. We have a contest going on right now for, I believe it's our charity contest right now to suggest charities. We'll have one last one tomorrow. We'll have many more.
Okay.
So that's really, it's be present in the community, be present on mint day if you want to be. And we'll go for that.
Thank you.
All right, Joshua, I'm getting to you. Oh, although I might have to let all right. Sorry, guys, I got to drop a few. I see you guys. Let me drop a few people off of the speakers. We have too many up on the floor, which isn't letting me add new ones. All right, I'm gonna let Christian first since he hasn't said anything. Joshua and Michael. So we're nobody. Did I offend?
Hey guys,
well, 3 new people. Yep. Jump in.
if you guys can, if it is something that you can say publicly, just for other people who are creating or getting into this and attempting to create their own project, what was your, up to this point, what was the biggest, I don't want to say failure, but what was the biggest like stubbing of your toe that you did not see coming?
I mean, good question. I mean, until I'd say we got very lucky. I'm going to call it luck, or maybe being in the right place with the PLP. It's very hard to build community. I think we have great art. I think we have a great team. We had a small but passionate community, and then the PLP came along, and it explodes and gets equally, twice as passionate, twice as huge, or 10 times as huge. But if you've ever tried to build something, kind of get that ball rolling is very tough. And I think we knew it was going to be hard. I think it was harder than we all thought, though.
Excellent. Thank you.
Can you guys speak to sort of what the process will be for the OGs to mint?
So if you haven't already and you are an OG, go to the important zone and go to the Dino claim form and open up a ticket. And again, we're intentionally making it very manual. We're verifying everything. We're making sure that no OG is doing more than.
Yeah, no. Assuming that the ticket's been done, the thumbs up has been given. Like, what at that point?
Oh yeah.
Are we?
We airdrop you your dinos.
Cool. That's what just wanted to check.
Yep. We mint and we mint it for you. That's why we have part of that mint fee built into that. That's why it's a little bit more than the cost, and then we just airdrop it directly.
All good. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me? Awesome,
Gotcha.
man. So me and my friends, we've been following you guys for quite some time, and we love the project. Like, we think it's awesome. Quick question for you guys, though. We see that you guys are following Gary V. Gary V follows you guys. We're just curious about like what if you know his thoughts on this project, or like if he's kind of involved in it in like a pretty big way or whatnot.
Good question. So we are Gary's first PLP, so pre-launch program. So we applied for the program as being part of applying for it. We are his first. We got lucky. I still don't know how that happened. I've said it before, but so Gary is adamant that this project stays our project.
Sure.
He's had some ideas and some good guidance, and his team's been excellent. We've inherited a huge chunk of the V Friends community, which is awesome.
Definitely.
But in terms of how we're related to it, it's because he for some reason selected us, and we couldn't be happier. But that's how we are related, and hopefully there'll be collaborations in the future, and hopefully we're making
Definitely, man. Love the project. Me and my girlfriend will definitely be copping some come mint day.
I'm glad.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, couple more guys. I think we've got a couple other team calls we got to hop on still tonight. So a couple more questions. We'll do like 2 more, maybe 3 more. Toastman, was that an accident again or a real question this time?
How big is your team?
Right now it's we have four core members. It's going to be myself, Pascal, Velociraptor, and Chris, who's on as the Dapper Dinos account. But we do have some obviously a growing team and just moderators that are already chipping in and helping do all kinds of different community aspects, and just well connected in different aspects as we kind of grow out some of the utility pieces. And what I mean is Solidity devs, Web3 devs, web devs, kind of up and down. So just kind of being well connected in the crypto space will help a lot, I think, as we're trying to shape dinos in the future.
Excellent.
Two more questions.
I got one. So kind of just piggybacking off what he said about Gary V following you guys following Gary V and him being like the first PLP and all that whatnot. How involved is he in the project? I appreciate you guys saying that you guys he wanted to keep your project to yours. I just was curious how are his thoughts and opinions I guess put into this, or is there nothing?
Yeah, so again, I would love to be like he's all in and he's guided everything, but at the end of the day, he doesn't want that, and I'm not sure we want that, to be honest. I mean, as much as as crazy as V Friends has been, and the insane floor, at the end of the day, you still want to there's pride of ownership. So he's provided very good guidance. Again, the V Friends team has provided some good guidance, some recommendations. We've had some good powwows around like what would be unique and different. So they, in that regard, again, they've done a lot towards helping, guide and best practices and making sure we're kind of, staying focused in what works. And outside of that, I think, we'll see some fun collaborations in the future. I think we'll have some good support in the future, but I won't speak towards any of that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks. I'm going to give one more just because it's a new person. Chasing, I'm going to let you go. Chasing gets the last question, except I can't. Oh, we have too many speakers. Hold up. See, I'm learning, guys. Look at this. Now I should go to request. There you go. All right, Chasing. Last question.
I got in late, man, so somebody might have asked this already, but what qualifies you as an OG?
So if it was people that have been in the community, well, we've got a couple tiers. So we might our earliest of OGs might get a little extra mint opportunity over tomorrow, essentially. And then it was anybody that helped help grow the community, build the community, talk through it was being part of the Discord and helping kind of guide the conversation and be active, and then the more active you were, you earned level 5, which gave you that kind of OG nomenclature, which kind of got you access to that pre-mint, but that closed midnight last night, so the leveling has been turned off. So I think if you are joining now, unfortunately you've missed that opportunity, but we do have again an excellent contest going right now. There'll be another tomorrow. We have mint day. There'll be lots of fun still to be
I'm
had.
excited. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, so that question was, I want to end it with a more fun one for you guys. Do you guys have any favorite traits you've seen on the art that CG's done? Mine's the steampunky jacket, or the cyberpunky jacket. That's mine.
Are we gonna, Shy Guy? Are we gonna get to see the 3D version at some point?
I can put it somewhere. I can make it move.
Nice. There.
I should put it in tonight's video. All right.
I don't know. We've looked at so many different traits, and we're still going through like a bunch of combinations that work and don't work together. There's some weird intersecting on some pieces. Mine are the eyes. I don't think we've actually previewed all of the different variations of eyes, but there's a couple that really stand out, and I think they're the trait that I like the most so far.
Dino claw all day, every day.
Claw, where's the claw?
Yeah, Dino claw.
Look at my head.
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess coming out of it. I see. Oh, that thing. That's right. That thing's so good.
The grabber claw.
Someone else mentioned like in the Discord, like joining teams and stuff, like which dinosaur. I think I'm kind of excited about that also, to see how that develops. Like if you have a certain trait, if there will be like teams that form with like a certain outfit on. Like Pascal has the cat pirate jacket. Like is there going to be like a pirate crew, or like the gray Dapper suit crew? Like what?
That's fun.
That kind of, yeah, that'll be kind of interesting to see how that develops.
All right.
We have a lot. Oh God, there's some.
I was gonna say,
you got it.
not my favorite trait. I thought we were at a lull. It's not my favorite trait, but I have a favorite dino, and I didn't get to give mine. So I'll go out on that when we're ready.
All right. I was gonna say we have a lot of traits we haven't shown. Kind of intentionally. Half the fun is right. This is meant to be like. There's so many that we've looked at, and that's freaking cool. So I hope. I hope you guys like it.
I don't want to see anymore. Yeah, I want to be surprised.
Hey, Pascal. Pascal, how many did we end up having for the combo? I know like a week or two ago it was like over 7 million. But what's what was
I don't
the
know
final?
off the top of my head, but there's
did we ever
like
do it?
millions of unique combinations. I haven't done the math recently. Last time I looked at the number, it was 7.5 million unique combinations, and we only added more traits since then. So some of them subtle variations, but all of them I think look pretty cool.
All right. Everybody, that's awesome. I think somebody might have recorded it. Hopefully, if they did, I'll throw it up somewhere. If not, I've got a ton more questions I'll get to answering in the AMA. I'm sorry, the AMA thread in Discord. If you haven't joined us in the Discord, discord.gg/Dapper Dinos. If you're listening and you have Twitter, which every one of you do, hashtag Save the Dinos. I don't know if we have enough to get that trending, but one day I will have that trending. And everybody here rocks. Let's have some fun. Again, just come into the Discord, have some fun. If you have ideas, present them. If you see something we're not doing right, tell us. I've already gotten yelled at for using here and everyone too much. Again, I'm learning. And I think we have our 12th day video, so we're gonna have our full string tonight. Thanks, Shy Guy.
And Patrick.
And yeah.
Oh, I gotta go shoot that. Oh, geez.
Yeah, you do. I gotta edit it still tonight.
You got time. It might come out a little late because we gotta prep for this one a little bit. So this one might not come out till tomorrow morning. But everybody, rock. Again, save the dinos. Karma comment. Save from extinction. Profile picture a day keeps the extinction at bay. I can do this for days. So I hope you like my jokes. I hope you like the facts. We'll have trivia nights, coloring books, DinoCon. Let's do it all. Thanks everybody. It was awesome.
Thanks so much for joining, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
See you, bye.